Today we are visiting Bridgton, Maine to find out just exactly what they do for their Festival of the Lights. I figured while we're in town, we may as well arrive a little early and grab a bite to eat at one of the many fine dining locations they have there. It's definitely a perfect day for an adventure, even if it is a little bit cold at 28 degrees. We got ourselves all bundled up and ready to go check out the festivities. They have a holiday parade and a lighting of the tree, so we'll see what types of things we can get into before we decide that we are absolutely frozen and just have to leave. Our first stop in Bridgton was to Mainly Melts to grab something to eat. While neither one of us are currently eating meat, we do enjoy a good grilled cheese. Now, they definitely have you covered when it comes to comfort food for sure. We went with 2 classic grilled cheese sandwiches. Well, technically, mine was the Little Dippers, which comes with a side of tomato soup to dip your grilled cheese in. I don't think it gets much more classic than that. And then Violet went for an ooey gooey melty grilled cheese with a side of french fries. And even though everything was cooked absolutely to perfection, Violet had fun seasoning the french fries to her own liking. The shop definitely had an adorably fun atmosphere and showed a lot of the history of the evolution of Mainly Melts on the walls, which I actually found to be really inspiring. They started out originally as a food truck and then grew into the brick and mortar location that they have today. But it just goes to show you that when you have a dream, no matter how small it starts, keep dreaming big and chasing it, and you'll fulfill it in the end. Violet and I definitely give this restaurant a big thumbs up, and we will be back. Once we finished eating, we had a little bit of time to kill before getting ready to watch the parade. I'm not sure who they're going to judge as the winners, but if you take some time to walk through downtown, you'll see all different kinds of buildings, murals, and shops that are all worthy of their own little awards in and of itself. Violet's top pick for the store that she checked out, believe it or not, was not the creamery. They were closed, so we will have to come back. But the Corn Shop Trading Co. really caught her heart and attention with all their fun little things to look at inside, and noisemakers and doodads. Oh, and we definitely did buy some of their fudge. But this shop has so many things that are traditionally Maine when I think about Maine on a whole, from Native American artifacts to hand-blown glass and upcycled goods. And then, of course, you have your classic sleigh bells. Each bell sounds so unique, absolutely beautiful, and I will probably need to come back for one. But today we're going to leave with just the fudge. However, if I had to give an award to a store for the most festive, it would be to Bridgton Treasures, who definitely had more Christmas trees than we were able to count. As we kept walking around the parade route to try to find the best spot to watch it, the city began to light up as the sun started to go down. So we grabbed our hot chocolate and found the best spot possible to watch the parade and got ready for all the action. This was the part that definitely got a little bit difficult for Violet because standing in the cold is just not fun. No matter how warm you're dressed, it'll eventually get to you. So we just kept sipping on the hot chocolate and trying to move around a little bit to keep warm while we waited, because soon enough, the parade would get started. Now, I had tried to live stream this on YouTube for you all to watch it with us, but it just didn't end up working out that way. But fortunately, I was still able to get my phone to work enough to record this footage. And one of the reasons why I do record things like this is because often when we go to events, Violet will be so in the moment with whatever she's experiencing. Sometimes she doesn't really get a chance to see what's in front of her. So, for instance, with this parade, she was present and she was there and she was watching, but she was cold. So I kind of sort of knew that as soon as we got back into the car, she was going to say something like, "Oh, I want to watch it again," or "I want to go to the parade again." And while we can't ever re experience these moments, we can at least watch them again and wait until next year when we can experience it, in person. She definitely got a kick out of a lot of the inflatables, and she loved the people wrapped up as presents. So I think that's going to have to be a DIY that we are now inspired to try on our own. Oh, and there was one float that had this one big explosion of confetti that went something like this.
Whoa, did you see that? That was so cool.
And I think that was honestly one of Violet's favorite parts. She kept saying how the confetti looked so much like snow and it kept blowing around everywhere, even after the parade left and we were driving home. But she was definitely impressed with a lot of the heavy machinery and even Santa on the back of the truck that she got a chance to see. Oh, and she was super happy when she saw the fire truck, who just so happened to have Marshall right on the back holding a stocking. She has continued to bring that up a few times over the evening. But I think deep down inside, she was just super thankful for these girls that ended up in front of us, picking up the candy off of the street and handing it to her while she was just frozen and could not move. Even though she was too cold to stay for the tree lighting, we definitely had a blast, and we'll be back to check out a little bit more of this town, perhaps maybe in the warmer months. But in the meantime, we'll be at home, eating our M&M and eggnog fudge. Thanks for watching.